Alright, hello folks. I finally made it. The hairstyle I apologize for, but it was last minute. It is what it is at this point in my life. Okay, okay, here we go. Oh, hi, Karan. Yeah, I had a last minute hairstyle and I had a lot of cleaning. How you doing? Oh, okay. In the month of April, another month has passed. I'm gonna put my table up, laugh out loud, my box. Oh Lord. Here's a message that was held up for review. Maybe I'm not as popular as I think I am, laugh out loud. Alright. I don't have a pair of scissors here. Okay, they're right here. I got a project with this. Coming. Alright. Let's see what's coming up for you, Karan. How you been? How's your life been? I've been just living my best life cleaning up my house. That's where I've been. Until I tell you, house cleaning, I just been getting these boxes from work and just you're better off cleaning and organizing. So when in the event you got to move or organize something, it's already done for you. That's where I'm at. All right. It says, Quran, in the month of April, or in the upcoming month of April, you're in a new moon eclipse. This is good. This means powerful change. Will my future wife be emotionally gentle towards me? Oh, well, I'll get to that in a second. You got a new moon eclipse for April. Well, this is good. This is talking about powerful change. Whatever is going on in your life is going to change. And then what's surrounding that is a new moon. That's even better. What's surrounding it? You got a new start coming to you, and you're also surrounded by a north node. And this just means coming out of your comfort zone. I see, I see financial and a prospective love partner coming. And I think they're just going to come out of nowhere. You're just going to run into them, and that's going to be it. I'm finally seeing it for you, Karan. I think you're going to get someone this, or at least meet up with them in April. I'm happy for you. I know you've been waiting for that and to get and to have a better financial future, but so have we all. All right. Now, the Space Cowboy. Okay. Isn't that a song, Space Cowboy? I want to say a really good friend, Karan, I'm seeing, that does like you, but is willing to stay friends also. So it's like up to you, one way or another, which is probably better. I mean, to take things slow is not horrible. It's actually good to take things slow. Then you find better partners this way when you take things slow because they get to know you emotionally. So, I see him having darker hair. And he has lighter skin. So I'm thinking Caucasian, but it could be like a light. Yes, this person could be a light skinned Puerto Rican or something of that sort. But from what I could see of him, it's cloudy. It looks, I mean, he looks like he'd be handsome. So, I mean, if not, he could just be your friend. There's nothing wrong with that. I got male friends. So, oh, well, thank you. Now, I'm not a teacher. A teacher would be wearing a clip and worried about what they're drawing next, but thank you. I'm sure your teacher gets, it has their hair done and stuff. But no, I could have been a teacher, but I'd rather be in nursing. I don't got the patience for it. Laugh out loud. But I'm up here doing all kinds of stuff. Alright, Space Cowboy, your future wife. Let's see what comes up on this whole future wife stuff. Alright. You got a gibbous moon in this whole situation with your wife. And this just means you're close to achieving a goal that you're putting out there with your love life. And relationships of this sort and caliber that you're talking about, it takes free will. These people aren't chosen for you, nor are they said that they're born to be your wife. So these are just things that, these are choices people make. But you did get a gibbous moon on it. And if when you do get your wife, if you choose well, she will be loving. But if you don't choose well and you don't and you ignore certain signs, it's not going to go well for you. And you've got a full moon eclipse, and this talks about conclusions and questions to your conclusions, answers to that. So things are going to come through that are going to be signs to you. And then you got a new moon in Cancer about you and your loved ones. So this person isn't going to be malicious, but you're going to get two. You're going to get one person that's going to try to use you, and that's how these things go. The universe gives two choices, and you choose. It's like playing Russian roulette, honestly, because one's going to be good and one's going to be bad. And that's why they say to take it slow, because the one you choose, the other one, if the other one was the one, it goes away. So I would just kind of keep doing what you're doing, and if you do meet somebody, take it slow. Because you really don't know somebody for a full year. And this is true facts. So I'm just telling you that because even the Pope himself came on TV and told everybody that was Catholic not to get married and live with one another for an entire year, because Catholics are now allowed to get divorces, and I know this because I'm Catholic. So I'm just saying, get to know them for a full year, because you don't want nothing crazy coming in your life. Oh, and thank you for saying I look like your teacher. I appreciate all that. I try to look halfway decent coming up here. I just threw a clip up. I mean, I hope it looks YouTube worthy, but there's all kinds of fancy people up here, and as everybody knows, I'm not fancy. I'm the person that puts a t-shirt and a pair of jeans, and if I get my hair to not look like I'm gonna get that, if I don't get my hair, have my hair looking crazy, I feel like I look good. Which most people, this would be how they look every day. I'm not into looks. And if you guys met my first husband, you would honestly know I'm not into looks because he was not the best looking person because I'm not into all that. I'm into people. I'm into people's personality. Today, I know that laugh out loud that I sketched and stuff, but I wanted to show you guys because I found these meditation art stuff when I was cleaning. I went on a cleaning spree to end all cleaning sprees, and I was thinking of something to do with it because you should always reuse everything you have, and you always will have money. So I'm going to take these out, and with my pastel, I'm going to color this in with pastels. And I found glue, and I'm going to put it on some construction paper and make a nice little art piece. And anybody could do this. And they have little trippy pictures here. So I figured why not use it? And I figured, not everyone is an artist. They really aren't. And it's okay not to be an artist. I didn't know I was an artist till I was 50, so. And this would be good for kids or even adults. One of my scheduler at my work, she tells me her kids paint on canvases, and they're very good painters, and she colors in coloring books, so she says she likes to color in her spare time. But this is what people choose to do sometimes, so I don't judge this. But I'm taking this and smoothing it out because if you didn't know how to draw or doodle or whatever, some people say doodle. If you didn't know how to do that kind of stuff, you would rely on something like this. And you can make something around your house that looks really nice and decorative this way. And it would be close to nothing to do it. Especially, I want to do mine with pastels. You could do it with marker. I'm going to do pastels and a little bit of paint because I like my pastels. I'm addicted to them, and I'm lucky enough to be taking care of some really great artists. Given they can't get out of bed and they had strokes and everything else, they still did incredible artwork, and they always give me tips. Always. Because I'm the one washing them up. Sometimes, and I will tell you guys, it's good sometimes just to listen to people because you never know. The person that you, I don't know, don't kind of look over or disregard could be somebody very important and you just never knew it. Because when people get sick, I don't know what it is, but they think that for some reason they're crippled and all this stuff. And the thing is, just because you're sick doesn't mean you're crippled. Well, you could be crippled, but it doesn't mean that you don't know things that you did your entire life. And these are artists that were disregarded by society, and I ended up taking care of them, and I'm that kind of person that's nice about it. See, I'm just taking this and putting it on construction paper. And I found this glue with my friend that gave me all those canvases. God bless her soul. She's so nice. She's an ex-cop. Okay, good. This glue still works. I'm so happy. I'm all into reusing stuff because planet Earth, we got a garbage problem on planet Earth. Really bad. And I know some of you guys hate hearing about Trump, but the one thing he is trying to do, which is very good, is he cares about the environment. And him and Eli Musk are trying to find ways for the environment and the garbage problem. And they're trying to work with other countries right now with it. I mean, they might be doing a lot of other things, but at least they're doing this. If you hate or you hate them or love them, they're trying to do stuff in the environment. So I'm grateful for that because I've been watching these videos. I don't know if you guys seen them. They talk about I listen to animal videos. I don't listen to other kind of stuff. I'm all into the animal ones, but they always say they rescued an animal and they had barnacles on them. They have these like snails and these snail licking things. I don't know if they're real or not. My husband keeps saying they're not real, so I don't know. But see how I got it nice there? So I'm gonna go ahead and get my happy little. I'm gonna get my pastel. That's first and foremost. And I'm going to use the cheaper ones because I like to use my soft pastels when I'm doing my actual stuff that I like to do. That's more this. And I'm not going to sign this or nothing. This is just something I'm doing for fun to show you guys how to do it. And it's something you could do around in the house, and it could be with any coloring book. It's just I don't know how I got that. I was in my back storage room cleaning, and this is what happened. I find these things. And I go, well, what the hell am I going to do with it? And then I'm looking like a caveman, try and get fire going. And I was like, well, why not put it on some of the construction paper? And I got a bunch of that. So here we are. Alright, I'm getting all these out. I'd like to make sure my pastels are in here. And then I got the other side right here. I'm going to put these over here. I know some of these YouTubers around here. They got everything together, better cameras and everything. Over here at Chong the Dog, I don't. And I don't know why these are doing this. There we go. I have this propped up against one of my Tupperware containers. This is how backwards my projects are. But I got a box here. I got a wonderful box. My life has been boxes. So I think the box brings it forward a little so you guys can see it. And I can make this any little color because it's like a trippy little painting. And it's something, like I said, it's fun for the whole family, honestly. The whole family could have fun with this. If you just are used to coloring, the kids could use crayons with this. There's so many possibilities with this kind of art. And I'm using the cheaper pastels because this would be a nice project for them. I'm going to start the pink because I like pink. And I like pastels because you could just kind of cultivate anything with them. They're good. They're happy pastels. I love them. I think I like them better than paint, honestly. I do like the paint, but I like the fact that this can mix with the paint. I think that's what intrigues me the most about them. But I'm going to go with different colors because it's all in the colors you choose, just like when you were coloring when you were a kid. And since adults are getting into this, I figure why not show you guys how you could do things on your own and have it look nice and professional. And I'm just doing this as a little thing to put up that looks kind of cool to put around the house. You could put it anywhere. You could put it as a decoration for your bathroom or anything, and you could just tape it to the wall. Or, if the kids did it and they want to show off their little painting, that's fine too. But I will say when you're blending colors, try to be consistent because this is, even though it's a trippy little flower that only exists in Tripville. And yeah, I did take mushrooms years ago, but they say the magic mushroom isn't horrible for you. Mine was safe and everything, and I did it under controlled circumstances. And they say a lot in in Britain that they have things where, like, treatments where it treats depression. It always did help my depression. I have not done the magic mushroom in a long while. I mean, I tried it, but that's probably the worst thing I've ever done. And of course, I love my pot. And mushrooms, I kind of like because they're in the same kind of family almost. Almost. You just got to make sure you're in the right mindset. I will say that. And they do have where you microdose. They have those treatments also. All right, I'm gonna go one flower at a time with this. It has so much going on. It really does. So much going on with this little flower here. I'm gonna dip pink just so they all kind of stand out a little. Then I'm gonna do this blue for the inside because it has a lot of. I'll show you. It has a lot of stuff going on in here. And I'll try to do it this way. But like I said, you don't have to be an artist to do this. You just got to be creative and inventive. And sometimes it's good to get ideas from someone because if I need ideas of another stitch when I'm doing like my yarn work, I come on YouTube and I watch. I subscribe to some people that they do yarn, and they have little fun ideas on projects because we all learn from one another. That's how life is supposed to be. We're all supposed to learn from one another. But sometimes some people don't want to learn from one another. And I mean, I guess it's your loss if this happens. But yeah, if you want to do this kind of project, I feel pastels would look the best. But if you don't want to, it's fine because if you get regular pastels, you don't have to get the most professional set. You can just get the ones that are like on sale for like $15. Just get regular pastels. You can execute something like this and make it look good very easily. I'm not even using my expensive ones. Because that's like when I'm doing a painting, which I am going to probably do a sketching. My one friend from work, she introduced me to these great apps all the time. Like Flip. You can make her sister. She was making a bunch of money on Facebook. She makes like $800 a month on TikTok talking to people in her car, and then she makes $200 on Flip. So I told her that she helps my life a lot. So I'm making her a fisherman scene later because the husband is working. He's closing. He just left not too long ago. Honestly, so. Alright, I'm going to make the middle of this black. Because it's just a happy, trippy paintings. That's all these are. And my parents were hippies. I'm warning you guys that they are. They were happy. They were happy hippies. My parents absolutely were. Something like this my mom would think is the greatest thing on earth. This is what she would be doing. I kind of want to keep the pastel look, so I'm going to put a little purple with this little guy here. See, I don't use these pastels that much because I'm trying to get a lot of my work done and get good shading when I try to get realistic stuff. But these are always come in handy for small projects. They are. Or if you just want to do some poster board for around the holidays. You could get a coloring book that has Santa stuff on or the Easter Bunny or whatever. And you could totally do this and have something for your door. And it'd be special for the kids because they did it themselves. I feel as a parent, if you give kids something to do and they did something themselves and it looks pretty, they're very proud of it and it makes them feel good. And this would be a good fun project for a child. Or even that adult like my scheduler, Laugh Out Loud, that colors book. It does, colors in her coloring book. This would even be a good project for her too. Honestly, it could be one for anybody. Just happy little colors. I'm going to use this pink for the inner petal. It's like a salmon almost. Because I've noticed there's a lot of closet painters and artists in my work. And I always tell them, why don't you try to practice with drawing? And they go, I don't want to go that far with it. But my motto is, you don't know if you don't try. And this is the God's honest truth. You don't know unless you try. And with everything so expensive, folks, and all this political stuff going on, sometimes it's better to focus on things that are very cheap and make everyone happy so your budget is not broke. Who wants to get broke with a bad budget? I don't. I don't think anyone does. Okay, the inner part of this flower, we're going to go with blue. I like to go around the edges just because I'm used to sketching all the time. But this is what I like to do. But you know what? The kids could do whatever they want to do. I might even suggest this to my scheduler while she's coloring in her coloring books, that she could make her own stuff. Because she says that it's hard for her to draw. And it's possible it's hard for me to sing. I couldn't sing if someone paid me to do it and everything else, and it would not sound good at all. For the simple fact I'm tone deaf, so. But here we go, we got one flower done. And this is on the paper. I'm probably gonna honestly put it on my door. I think this kind of art would look really fun with the door. Or a door seam. Alright, now I'm gonna do things around it. Like in here there's a lot of different shapes. But to draw attention to this one, I'm going to individually, there's just a lot going on with this. A lot. So I'm just going to go like that. And just do one individual section because I feel if all of them had some kind of colors that set them apart, it would be better. I'm going to do like on one side to the other so it kind of looks like one thing. Like I'm just doing two blues in the middle, finding a different color. Then you could tell it's different and set apart from the rest of this stuff going on with this thing. There we go. Let's see. If you take the sides and give it the same color and then do it again and take those two further back sides, it's right in here. And then take the one color in the middle, it looks like its own little thing going on. And that's kind of where you want to be. So, and I did miss this color right here. See, these could be, they're fun and they are a little time consuming. They really are. But you know what? It's only fun. And you gotta remind yourself this. So we're gonna do this here. Just carry over the same colors. So we know that flower is completely done. And like I said, I find that this would be fun for everybody. Alright. Was it this one did I have? I wish I had set out those colors. I think it was, no, it was a blue. I think it was this color. Or it could have been this one. Oh well. We're just gonna go with that right now. If it comes out, it is what it is. I mean, it's only for fun, and all this is fun because there's a lot going on in the world, and you don't want to sit there and be involved in all these activities that's going on in the world. We got too much going on, and I do mean too much. I'm watching. I was watching a YouTuber that gives money to the poor and stuff, and he was talking to all these people, and all I got to say is, "Wow." There's just a lot going on, and it's sad that the world's come to this. But I forgot what country. There's a specific country where they said they solved homelessness. I'm not sure which one it was. But I wish there was a solution to homelessness. I really do. I mean, it's sad to see human beings on the streets. And for what? They're usually hooked up on this meth. Honestly, it seems to be the consensus. They got all this meth going on these streets. And it's very sad. And it makes me very sad to think about people out there that probably under the right influence of something wouldn't be on it. But they are because they think they need it. And the addiction's just so strong. But I'm hoping one day things like that go away, but we'll see. We will see. Alright, I got the bottom part of that done. But see, I'm just going to cultivate this and make this pretty and nice. And it's just a nice pop-up piece, and your kids and you can have fun. You can sprawl these around your house. And it's a fun activity. And I would never show you anything that's expensive. I really wouldn't. And if I tell you that, some of the stuff's pricey, all I might tell you is, I didn't get the better pastels until I got better at drawing. And I've been at this for about a year, folks. A year. I truly have. So, and it does take about a year. It truly does. But I'm going to finish out this. Make a happy little thing, because I always finish out the whole thing when I'm on here. I believe in finishing it all up. I do, I do. Alright, this here I'm going to put on the other side of this flower. There we go. Bring this around like that. Okay. This is such a happy coloring thing. Just moving this around. And I'll probably put a little paint in here too. I like to jazz things up if I can, because I feel it's good to make things better sometimes. Or that's just the artist in me that tries to fix it up a little better. But I think this would be nice where it shows the pink this way. Put that here. And this is all you do. Kids would love this. They would sit there and concentrate on this for hours. They really would. Scooches here. There. Very pretty. Put that one there. Alright, now orange. Alright. These, the inside, I'm gonna put a little bit of orange. I want this to look really fun. Okay, we're gonna go with orange there. I'm gonna finish this off with orange and purple. Really, it's your choice what you do. You never know. And then I guess each unique piece can turn out perfect for anyone in your group that's doing this together. But the key is to do all this together. Family projects are fun with the family. They absolutely are. Alright, let's bring that around. This project probably does just look better with pastels altogether, honestly. Alright. It's nice. Alright. I'm going to try to finish out this whole section. I don't know how long I'll be here. I'm still doing readings. I don't know if I got any new ones. No, I didn't. If you're just joining the thing, because I see somebody's looking. I'm making artwork, and I do my own drawings. I do, but I was cleaning and I found this. I found this book. And I decided my motto is don't waste what you have. Use whatever you have. So I'm taking my pastel set and coloring this in. And I'm showing everyone today, I'm doing readings too, but I'm showing everyone today how you can do a fun project for your family and it's not going to break the bank. Because something like this, and I'm doing it with the pastel set, you guys could absolutely as a family do it with crayons, markers, or whatever. I I do pastel work. And I sketch with pastels. And if you're new to this channel, I got a bunch of them here I can show you that I've actually done myself. I did Iron Man not too long ago. What's that? Myself did this one. I haven't seen the person that wanted it to give it to him. I did Lady from Lady and the Tramp. This is what has some pastel work to it. I do my own, but today I figured, you know what? I gotta think about people that aren't artists. And maybe they want to draw something and they don't know how to draw well. And it might be just a common single mother. So I decided to do something that a single mother may do with their children. So I'm just coloring in with my pastels. I got master pastel set, and I got my soft pastels, but these cost me some money. I use these for like Lady when I did Lady and the Tramp and different things. These are more expensive. So I'm trying to use them for my more works that I want them to look realistic. But I'm just going through here, and the thing is, with this kind of artwork, you must start. I would like do it like a puzzle. Finish one section, then another. This leaf has all kinds of different colors. I'm gonna do it just like when I'm sketching in a leaf. I'm gonna bring it down like this and just do the lines so you can see it's a leaf. That's what I would start doing with these leaves if it was me. And you could do it with the pastels. It probably looks a lot nicer, but these pastels weren't overly a lot of money, especially if you don't get the soft pastels. The soft pastels they can run up to $40 a set. These, it only cost me $20. And I recommend it. I used it when I was beginning, and I still have my set, and I still use it. But when I was beginning out, that's what I used, and I keep it. And I had a couple of pastels I had, and then one of my son's friends came over, and she said that she likes pastels. I gave her the ones out of the graveyard. I call it the pastel graveyard. They weren't in the thing, and someone gave them to me, so I passed it on to another artist. I feel that people should do that, pass on things, because I feel everything should be used to the T. But I've been on here almost 43 minutes, and I only got this much done. So this definitely would keep kids occupied, like around the holidays. Just take it out of the coloring book, glue it on the hair. You got a door decoration. You can't beat that. With these, I'm going to shade in the sides here. Because I like to shade in things. I'm just like that. But with these, you can do anything you want with them. You really can. Crayons, aren't bad to use. I mean, I use them on occasion for certain things for touch-up. I do. I don't mind them. I think a beginning artist should use a cheaper pastel set or start with crayons. It's not horrible to start out with. And it's not horrible to admit that you don't know everything. Because chances are we don't. I mean, I don't know everything, and I'm never going to know everything. Not ever, but it's okay. It is totally okay with me not knowing everything. Because I don't know if I want to know everything. Because that would be a sad state of affairs to know everything. You would have a lots of things going on that you didn't want going on. See, with the pastels, I could do that light shade in here. That's why I like the pastels. Pastels make everything better. I don't. They're like, it's like adding meat to spaghetti or adding spices. Down here, decided to keep in one color, and I did basic shading with it. But you can do anything of this sort. That's what is good about art. Art is wonderful. Okay, we got to leave. So I'm going to go with this color that's more green. I'm going to shade this in. And I go around the sides and I'm curving over. Because if you go on one of these pre-mades, all the stuff is already pre-curved for you. Now, and then you learn. You can learn how to do ley lines of your stuff later on this way. So if you have any kids that are thinking about art, this is a really good way of teaching them. Because it'll show like how you curve your lines and don't when you do and you don't curve your lines because someone else made this. Like eventually somewhere along the line somebody made this somehow. Or this design for them to do this. And that's why you pay for the coloring book because you don't know how to do the lines. And obviously little kids are not going to know the lines. It is what it is. They're kids. Alright. And I'm going to shoot a little bit of this color into there. You can play with colors, with pastels. I can make this two-toned just by adding another color to it. And I think it makes it look so much prettier. I'm going to do this background color now. There you go. Yeah, I'm just combining these two colors. Look how nicer I made that. And you could do this. Alright, now I'm going to work on this now. And you want to take the colors that you don't want them to bump out over with each other either. So I'm going to start the outside of these flowers. These. You want to make it another color that sets apart the rest of the area. Since I have pinks and all that, I'm starting with the blue on the head. I feel that would be better. And you can get shading practice in with these. That's what's so good. I think every upcoming artist should have shading practice. And I don't think there's anything wrong with shading practice. Because if you want to use the pastels, you can definitely get that shading practice in. And you can kind of see with the way this artist did this, how these all kind of, where you have to, when one leaf would overlap on another leaf, you totally see that in this, and you can get used to that. But yeah, shading this out is like Good idea. Alright, now I'm going to do another color with this. Maybe I'll get some more people. I don't know. Life is kind of funny with it. You never know what you're going to get. Especially over here. Over here's like the ocean. I never know whatever I'm going to get over here. Sometimes it's really good, sometimes it's really bad. But I never expect. I'm just happy with whatever I get. I'm one of those people that's not. I'm not fixated. I have a lot of friends that ask me why I come over on YouTube, and they go, "Are you making money? I don't know why you do that." And I tell them it's fun. I mean, it's fun socializing with you guys, and it absolutely is fun. And I feel that if more people tried to have fun with their life, it'd be a better world. But of course they don't. I like to play with colors, like just this yellow, using this in here with these pastels, they mix it. And I was told by one of the artists, Laugh Out Loud, that I listened to that's as I'm changing her and she gives me ideas. She was telling me if you can make shade with pastels, you never have to worry about using paints. Really, she says you don't need them with these, and they do last a long time. That's the one good thing about them. You can have these forever. You can have paint forever too. Alright. This one, I'm just gonna do the salmon color. All these squiggly lines reminds me of Jigsaw from Saw. That guy that goes around on the bike. This reminds me of all these squiggly things. I do like them. I don't know if that was based on a true story or not. And it totally could have been. I think there was a Jigsaw killer. Honestly. That's why you should never offend anybody or just randomly try to kill people, because I think that was a true story about the Jigsaw killer. I really do. And he did all that because his wife, I guess, really was a nurse or something in the medical field. Probably not the same exact thing, but she was in the medical field and she was pregnant with their child and she got murdered, and he tortured a whole lot of people because of that. So you kind of got to watch who you make mad in this world, I guess. That's a lesson. Because you just never know who you are going to upset in the world. That's why I don't try to. I have hippie vibes over here. I'm not trying to upset no one. My mother always told me to be polite. Generally, serial killers don't like to kill polite people. I don't know how she knew this information. Maybe, I know she wasn't a serial killer, but maybe she knew a thing or two about it. I don't know. But it seems like good advice. It really does. And I will tell you that. And I know there's no one here, and I get it, but somebody might listen to the stream one day, and I gotta fill in this space here. So I'm gonna finish my happy little painting, and then I will end the episode. Okay, now this one I'm going to keep this color. I'm just going to do the outside here. And really, if anybody wanted to practice their shading, like I said, this is perfect shading practice. I'm just doing the outside of these leaves. Probably going to go on my Google Photos and see what movies I can make for my shorts too. Or the videos. So that's probably what I'm going to end up doing after this. And then I'll probably come on and try to get this fisherman scene done. But I wanted to see how well my idea would look. And I do like to err on my arts and crafts. I feel it's the most interesting thing I do. I really do. Besides all my talk about how I watch these videos and I'm not sure if they're real or not, which you probably could hear that in everyday's conversation, but that's just who I am. I'm worried about these barnacles that are all over these animals. And they say YouTuber has good fact checkers, so I don't know. Maybe there are barnacles out there. I know there's black holes. I've never seen them, but I know they exist. So maybe there's barnacles too. I don't know. Who really knows? I mean, I'm hoping if there's these barnacles, these poor creatures that seem that every time I come on YouTube, that seems to be infected by them. I'm hoping that gets taken care of at some point because it sounds terrible to have these barnacles all over them. It's always in the Arctic. I don't get it. Maybe the Arctic has different life I don't know about. Alright, I'm going to bring this here, this yellow, and carry it down here to accent this flower. I feel if you have one nice color that kind of brings out another, you should try to accent things around me with it. I'm going to put the yellow in here. And here too. I'm just going to see what these you can shade it in. I'm shading that in. There we go. Shade it in that area. And I'll show you in here, just in case somebody decides to watch this one day. You never know what's going to happen one day. I realized this in my life. This is why I try to stay hopeful in the world. I never know about what days are going to be good or bad, but I know they all can't be bad. Alright, I got a whole lot of purple and all that going on here. I want to get a different color. I feel we got too much of this. So I'm going to do a green. Start shading this up. I just take the sides and shade these. I sure do. The side, I just take it, curve it around. Just curve this way and curve that way. And I'm saying, and you know, these simple projects are sometimes the most fun. And it does when you're practicing drawing and stuff. This will teach you how to shade well. Because you're still working on your shading, especially if you're using pastels like I am. This totally helps you practice your shading. That's the one thing you can't do with regular crayons. Just trying to get a different color altogether that kind of makes it nice. There we go. I don't know, a side note, I've been like listening to a bunch of people about Antarctica, and they do say there's a lot of life that we don't know about in Antarctica. And they do say that, with all the stuff that's going on, where they'll get like space junk down there, like where things will come down from space, and that goes in the water, and they don't know the chemicals that some people are saying that how it's affecting the water. Maybe it is creating different creatures. There's no proof of it because it's hard for us to go to Antarctica. But there is some water, I forgot what it was, and the water is red. And red is sulfur, so there's high sulfur levels. I only know this because I took a lot of science. So, for whatever reason, there's high sulfur levels over in Antarctica. And I don't know. Maybe the sulfur with mixing in different areas, and there's certain parts of the ocean over there in Antarctica that's more isolated. All right, now I got that shaded in. So possibly it could be true. I don't know. I really don't. But you just never know, is the thing. You don't know how these things are going to affect where they're going. Right, these sides I'm going to make pink. And I'm doing a shading technique. I think the shading technique is pretty. I'm just going to do a light shade. There you go. So pretty. Alright, now I'm going to do another bolder pink in the middle. I'm just going to bring it down in a strip here. And the more shading and the more definition you give to anything, even if it's something like this, the better it's going to be. And these really are true facts. Alright, and I'm doing a light dusting of pink in the middle, just a light dusting. That's what's good about these pastels. Doing the same thing here, and same thing here. Because you kind of don't want any open ends here. And down here we gotta fix this, so we're gonna put a little bit of pink in the background. Because I'm trying to cover up where the sheet would be. There we go. Because this, it wants color. So you want to give color to around this here. And do some purple over here. I'm going to shade in purple here. Just purple shadings. There we go. I might shade this part in purple. Here. So you can see the leaves. There you go. So we got the bottom half done. The shading can get very intense. Very intense. And I'm going to pull it over this way. Because you absolutely can. It's not a big deal. And then there's a big leaf. I'm just going to start with the shading this way. And I'm going to mix it with the... I'm going to mix it with green. That would be fun. We're going to take it's a fun flower. It's just a fun project. It's not a flower that exists. I don't think. I've never seen a flower like this that existed ever. So we're just gonna we're kind of making our own creations. And wherever you see the lines is where you shade down, just like if you would have done this yourself, which I have done it myself a million times. But I'd like to show you guys different ideas because I feel ideas are good to have. Different ideas are the best. Alright, and then just light-handedly take this. And then you're going to color this in light-handedly with the pastel. Light-handed. I don't want to go too dark, see? We already got that leaf executed. It's a nice looking leaf. Have fun with this anything you do, really. Because that's what life's about, is having fun and respecting your common man. I mean, that's it. That's what life is. That's what we're supposed to do. Honestly. Alright, I'm gonna try to get one side of this with light blue pastel, but you know what? If you don't get it exactly, you're shading it in anyways. Since it's going to be shaded in, don't worry about it, because you're gonna fix up other places. Move this here. Move that there. Alright, this is gonna be blue. I'm gonna do 2 shades of blue. I'm gonna two-tone this flower up. There we go. So pretty. Like I said, if you just want to give it to someone for a present, this would be a nice present because the shading is so pretty. And really, what makes a thing when your artwork is your shading and how you execute that part. And if you quite don't know the other part yet, it's okay too. It really, really is. I'm trying to keep this side here. Alright, now we're gonna see where we're at. That. Alright, now I want to put green back there. I'm going to put yellow back here. I'll lightly shade yellow because I feel the yellow between here would look nice. And I'm going to accent this flower with, because you can mix the pastels also. And then take my yellow pastels with the blue and make us a new color. And get that around. That's what I like about pastels. I totally could do this two-tone shading. We got that in now, done. Got that, and I think that looks pretty. Right now, Okay, I'm gonna do a pink leaf and then put the brown, put the green inside. Kind of like I did with that one. Just to make it fun. Because this one is all about fun, this project. And you could really execute some nice shading work. You honestly, truly could. And shading work is... Most people are very impressed with shading work. Tattoo artists use it all the time. The shading work. They really do. That there. Alright, then we got that there. We just shaded two colors together. I mean, it was that easy and that nice to do. And it made things nicer. And I can always fit practice on my shading this way. I like to practice my shading. Alright, since I already got pink there, we're gonna go with... I'm gonna go blue. There we go. I'm gonna take the blue, put it out here, and then we're gonna shade another color in. And honest to God, this is the easiest way to shade. Because you want... Shading is so important. So important. I can't even emphasize how important shading is because it's that damn important, shading. No matter what you do art-wise, shading is your best friend. It really is. You could bring out and have one with the same colors and bring it out and it looks totally different with the proper shading. Alright, I'm going to shade this with orange. I feel like it would be fun with some orange. And let all your stuff mix in. Let the orange mix in with the blue so it looks transparent and nice. It's kind of what you want to do with shading work. And drag out all of that residual chalk from the blue. Oh, that's what that noise is. Flip. I don't know. They keep wanting me to buy stuff, but I'm already with Amazon. And Amazon brings me everything I need. I feel like I'm cheating on Amazon. Laugh out loud. And honestly, I don't know how secure my information is over there yet. So, I don't know. Alright. Got this here. But yeah, if you just want to practice a little bit of shading and stuff, I would honestly start with things like this. And I'm going to put yellow for the background so it doesn't interfere with nothing else. And it makes this little piece pop out right here. And yellow seems to be helping this whole project. But you can make something into nothing. You really can. Especially when it comes to art. Alright, right here we're going to put some yellow on these leaves. I feel like these would benefit from some. Yeah, and just practice all your shading skills. And you can acquire shading skills like this as you're practicing with your drawings and everything. Because it has helped me immensely doing stuff like this. Alright, now I got this little corner, see? The little corner that looks like the sun. It's okay. But it's your picture. I'm gonna brighten up this a little bit. I'm just gonna brighten all this up a little. You can shade in without having to use expensive pastels. You can use yellow to shade in and fix up stuff. I'm going to use it here because it kind of looks bland, this flower. And I'm going to brown curve this and shade yellow around this because it looks chalky. There we go. See, now you smooth that out and it looks less chalky now. Sometimes yellow does that, so it's sometimes not bad to use. Like around here, I'm going to do a little bit of yellow to fix this up on the edges. You don't want it looking chalky, you want it to blend nice. Sometimes the blend nice, just blend a lighter color with it, and that helps. Or white. You can use yellow or white. Just something a little lighter. Now, I'm going to go a little dark here. So, I'm going to go with this blue. And I'm just putting it around the edge. That's it. When you're doing shading work, this is how you do it. You really can't shade well with crayons. I will tell you that. If you do choose crayons to do this with, it's not going to turn out as good as this because I'm shading this with pastels. I will say pastels can be your best friend in this kind of situation. But really, it's up to you. You're the artist. I'm just giving you my constructive opinion. Depending on how you want to execute it with the kids, if they're younger kids, God bless, just let them go do whatever. As long as they're doing something to occupy their time, just be happy with it. But if you're an adult and you're saying, you know what, I really want to practice my shading, then do the pastel. So I'm going to shade all this here, these little tiny bits here. There's one here. We're going to go the middle. I would like to go just kind of one color here and then shade in another color. And we're just going to do that. And then over here, I'm going to get this curving this way with this color. I feel like a little mesh of color around this area would make it nice. Alright, so we're going to take care of those two areas. Alright, now I'm going to probably shade this in with, I think this is the white one. Yep, white. Here we go. God bless America, there's white. Alright, with the white, you want to, whatever way the lines are is where you want to get it done. Turn this way. White is very good with blending. Oh my god, white is amazing. It really is. But I'm going just side by side with this because it's much better. And you can make anything look like you painted it, or I mean, I would never sign anything like this as I don't believe in cheating, so. But technically, it's your painting because you shaded it in that sense, which is fine. This, I'm going to take my white and I'm going to carry it through this way with this. And I'm just using the same pastels, but just shading it in here. That's it. And we're using one color and carrying it over. Here we go. See? See how nice that looks right there. It's good. It's real good. Alright, I'm going to leave my white out. I'm not going to use blue. I feel like we've used too much of that. Too much of the pink. So, what other color could we use? Just try to, like, spruce it up with different things. That's all you do. Just have a happy sprucing hour. I'm going to use this. It's like a tan color. We'll start going around here. And I'm just going to color around the edges. So I'm going to probably end up putting another color in with it anyways. Because you can make one color from another color from pastels because they're already on your paper. And we'll go with that. Just gonna do that with that here. Alright. I'm gonna just go ahead and outline this here before I get my other color. And it's like anything else. You got a dominant color and a non-dominant color. You gotta make sure they blend nice. Just kind of like DNA. Recessive and not recessive. It's just what it is. Alright, now, this little black one. Just gonna color a little bit of this here. We don't have a lot of dark with this. I'm just gonna put that there because you can't really see the balls. Some of them I gotta make them. But that's okay. Because this is your artwork and you're supposed to have fun with it. It truly is. I mean, whatever you do, make it yours. And I'm going to trim the black around here so when it blends together it has a darker blood. Like that. And not everything's so light around here. Alright. Now we're going to put this here. Alright. I'm going to start with shading my white pastel in here to get this here. put it on my little black little balls there. Little round circles of black. Alright, there we go. Okay. Now I'm just gonna go through the whole thing to stain all the colors together. It seems the white pastel does this very well. It stains all your colors at night. It really truly does. Alright, now I'm gonna get the inside of this one. I'm gonna leave the white out also. I'm gonna do pink on the edges here. Just like that. So pretty. Artwork makes you feel really good about yourself too. Good about life in general. You could be having a shitty day and then art appears and says, "Hello, what are you gonna make with me today?" And then you're just like, "Oh, I don't know." And then before you know it, you're doing stuff. This is how life is. Alright. Now, a little black circle for the dots. I'm trying not to have always the light color. I'm going to accent this with blue. I mean, it reminds me of a 60s kind of drawing. So why not? Why not embrace the hippie view here? Alright, now going around. You gotta smooth everything out. Have it come together. Be happy with the universe. And you could take any residual with this white and really blend it in. There you go, see? Let's blend it out. It makes these pastels are amazing, and I do mean amazing, because you could blend out a lot of things. Like right in here, I'm gonna blend these out. Blend these out with your white ones, especially if they look chalky. Take your white pastel and put it out there. You don't want chalky looking stuff. You want a nice one. I'm not even using the expensive ones because I'm not bougie. I could be, but I'm not. I started out with cheaper ones, so this is how I got through doing this. And on the tips, it looks chalky, and we don't want that because people see chalkiness to your shading. You always got something to say. They sure do. Anywhere where you see it like needs a little color or blending, just use your white. I ordered extra white ones, laugh out loud, because I ran out because I realized how important it is to blend with white pastels. Because it is. Your stuff ends up looking like crap without the white. And the black one that you do use occasionally, can't use it all the time. Alright, I'm going to do red over here and start shading this in red. And if you do a good enough shading job, you can make anything look amazing. even a coloring book page. Which I should have done this around Christmas. I really should have. I didn't even think of this idea till now. I think I would have, but no, I did not. See, I kind of want to keep it contemporary here. Like this whole side, I want to make it like red. So all these lines that somebody drew out for me, I'm just gonna make this side kind of red and shade out this also. There you go. We're gonna take the red and the blue. I'm just gonna shade the middle end. And then take the white pastel with the red and the blue. And then you'll have the colors will mix, and it's good, and it'll look really nice. And really, like I said, this is what tattoo artists do. I mean, they're amazing. They're nothing but short of amazing because they could do it on skin, and that's rough. That is truly rough to do that. But they're able to because they're truly talented in this way. I can execute it on paper, but not so much the skin. The skin would be really, really tricky, I would think. So I give it up to all those tattoo artists. See, it's already kind of blending there because we're doing different kinds of blends at the same time. Alright. Now, it pretty much blended with that, but we're going to take it further and use the white and the petals just to define it a little more. Because this blending work made it look really, really nice. Oh, I might give it to my one resident. She keeps bugging me for stuff. This is be what I give her. I'll tell her I was practicing shading. Alright, there we go. I don't know, I think it looks pretty badass. I don't know, I kind of like it. I don't know if you guys like it, but might as well practice shading once in a while. See, I got 3 people. But yeah, I do actually, to all the people that are watching now, I have done this myself without anything. I've done Lady. I have all of my stuff on the community board. A couple things that I did. I forgot my other tramp I did. I didn't post that yet. But I do my own too. But I figured this is a project for young artists out there that are coming out, and maybe you guys it's I don't know, it's a holiday coming and the kids want to do something fun, put on the damn door or something. You take their coloring books, get some pastels, which is $20 and they'll last you. I've had these over a year. And then just cut it out and put it on a cardboard piece of paper and you have something amazing. And it was really, really cheap. And really, that's sometimes the best way to be with this changing economy and world we live in. And now you got a piece that could go in your kitchen, living room, or anywhere you want it to go. And it didn't cost you hardly any money. I just got construction paper. That doesn't cost too much money. Sometimes it's better to focus on items you can use that are cheaper than more expensive. And I'll be back because I want to try to do this. I'm going to try to execute this fisherman scene Way better than the first time I did it. I didn't have good. First time I did it for a resident, my one coworker told me she really liked how I sketched it out, but I feel I would have done a better job if I blended it or something. So, oh jeez. Okay. Anyways, I feel that if I redid it, I told her I was gonna do it and make sure I blended it better for her. Because I feel I could have gave it more justice. So next time I come on, I'm gonna give myself a little break and make myself something to eat, and I'm gonna come by and try to fix this whole fisherman scene. And it's gonna be nice. And hopefully, with my blending, maybe I can get the clouds looking nicer and a couple things. Practice makes perfect. What are you gonna do? And if you're subscribed to me, you'll know when I come on because I don't know. When I get on, I get on. Yeah, I can't predict these things. It's probably gonna be maybe an hour, maybe 2 hours. Don't know. But I'm gonna try to execute this fisherman scene. Probably be a 2 hour stream, so I gotta prepare for that. And thank you for listening to me. You guys are really great. And I appreciate any support I get because I'm not a greedy person. I don't take things for granted. And if you did subscribe to me, thank you. And if you didn't, it's okay. Thank you for listening. And I'll be back.